what is up, gang? Thank you so much for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. It is Tuesday, January the 2nd, 2018. Happy New Year once again, everybody. And we are here to go over the first SmackDown Live of this new year. And SmackDown Live was better than Monday Night Raw this week, but that's not an accomplishment. That's not an accomplishment because Raw is so bad that you can't help but be better than Monday Night Raw. And we are going to talk about all of that right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, baby! The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. So, let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. With me, as always, is my best friend, the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. And we are here to talk about tonight's episode of SmackDown Live, which, as we just said, was, yes, the better show of the week. But when you are going up against a polished turd that is named Monday Night Raw, you do not have to bring much to the table to be better than that show, and they didn't bring all that much to the table. This was a much better show. We had a couple of good matchups tonight. I was a lot more into tonight's show than last night. However, I have a couple of huge issues with tonight's show. The first of which might be a minor thing. It might be something you guys don't care too much about, but this picture-in-picture bullshit has got to go. If you are going to use it every time you have a championship title match. We are watching a tag team title matchup between the best tag team on the planet right now, the Usos, and the very well put together and meshing very well together, Gable and Benjamin. And I can't see it. I can't see it. At first I didn't mind. You know, when I remember when they debuted it, I was like, hey, I can get used to this. I can watch the match. But it's just, you're so disconnected. When the audio's not there, you feel like you're not feeling the match. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone with that. You guys light up that comment section, as always, if you feel the same way. Like, I just feel a disconnect from the show when they do that. It's because the commercials are just too frequent, too often, that even when you're showing me the match during the commercials, it's just distracting. It's absolutely distracting, and I could not enjoy what I guess, if you were there live, was probably a fantastic match. This match pulled a swerve on everybody, which at first had me all with my panties in a bunch. I was pissed off. I was pissed off that they took the belts from the Usos. I did not even notice myself during that tag team matchup that the wrong Us was in the ring. They totally got me as well. And then they ended up reversing the decision, continuing the match, and the Usos would retain the title in what I saw of a pretty good match. Most of which we didn't see too much of. But I'm interested to see where this is going. This gives Gable and Benjamin a nice little storyline to continue on their chase to the tag team titles. It was a great match to start up the show. But we didn't open the show with a great tag team encounter. We opened the show with your obligatory 10-plus minute speech by a bunch of members of the roster, for lack of a nicer term. I was going to say something much more derogatory, but we are talking about the World Heavyweight Champion, AJ Styles. We are talking about Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. Of course, they have to come out and have this whole rigmarole, right? We got to talk about what happened last week. AJ Styles is looking for some answers from Daniel Bryan. He wants to maybe find out whose side is he really on. And this is what's pissing me off about this whole story. This whole 10-minute opening segment could have easily been solved in a 1-minute backstage opening encounter. All we got out of this back and forth between these three men was an apology to Shane McMahon, to AJ Styles for what happened last week, and then it seemed to veer off the rails as we ended up having not only Kevin Owens, but Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan add themselves to be outside the ring during tonight's main event between AJ Styles and Sami Zayn. Why? Why would Shane McMahon feel like he needs to be there to counteract Kevin Owens? Why not just ban Kevin Owens from the match and allow AJ Styles and Sami Zayn to light it up? Because if you watch that match, you could see that they definitely have the potential to be great opponents. This evil heel Sami Zayn is great. I love his arrogance. I love his cocky attitude. I love the yep movement. I love everything about it. What I don't love is how cloudy the whole scenario becomes when you look at the authority figures. Daniel Bryan is the most over babyface in the whole entire company. It does not matter that he's the general manager. The reaction this man gets, if you've seen how they reacted to him tonight at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, you would think Daniel Bryan is the next World Heavyweight Champion. Absolutely. They love this man. So he is clearly the voice of the people still. Daniel Bryan is the yes guy. He is our guy. Shane McMahon has been playing the role of the evil tyrant McMahon. As I've said for the last few weeks in 2017, he's been letting his McMahon swing out. Loud and proud. Letting his grapefruits hang for the whole world to see. Because he's a McMahon and he can do whatever the hell he wants. It's essentially his company. So he's going to run shit the way he wants to run shit. His authority oversteps Daniel Bryan. He's the commissioner. Daniel Bryan works for Shane, so he's going to be the heel in this scenario. He has acted like the heel in this scenario, but now he wants to come out tonight acting all honest. You know, he wants to be all noble and apologize and wants to maintain fairness on his brand. And then you got Daniel Bryan acting like he's the one that's maybe skirting the line of being unfair. Shane McMahon actually accusing him of playing favoritism to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, saying they have some kind of a special kinship with him. How are we flip-flopping roles? And then when you get to the end of the night, and the revelation Daniel Bryan drops on everybody, you clearly start to feel like maybe he's the bad guy in this scenario. I don't understand it. I'm not saying that I don't like it. That does not mean I don't like it. I just don't understand. Why would they do that? Where are they going with it? And I guess that's a good thing in a sense. They have my interest enough because I need to see how this is going to evolve. What is Daniel Bryan's purpose? What is his end game in this? Is he on Kevin and Sami's side? Is he aligned with them? Are they going to do something with that? Maybe make a little faction out of them, leading up into Daniel Bryan's possible in-ring return to go up against Shane McMahon at WrestleMania time for New Orleans this year. I certainly would love to see Daniel Bryan against literally anybody else. I understand the story has been a slow burn, if you think about it. It's been building up over the last couple of months, and it's going to have to last all the way to WrestleMania. And I have done nothing but complain that the WWE doesn't do things long term, and it looks like they are trying to do that. But I would much rather this be a battle between general managers and have Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, if you are going to even allow Daniel Bryan to sniff around that ring. The way they seem to be skirting around it already. Having him involved in situations while matches are taking place, that's putting him in harm's way. You never know what can happen during the course of a wrestling match, even with him just being outside. So maybe they're softening on it. Maybe the doctors have him on a maybe list. I don't know. But the end result is so unclear. It's the one thing that I just can't really figure out, is where they're going with this whole thing. We'll talk about Daniel Bryan's revelation and announcement at the end of this show a little bit later on. Let's get through the rest of this review. By the way, before we go any further, we failed. That's right. We failed to reach our goal for 2017. We wanted to push the engine as hard as we could and get this channel to 500 subs. We were unable to do that. But that will not stop us. We are going to swing the sledgehammer and bring it down harder than ever before, and we are going to push and grind harder than ever before, and we need the Sledgehammer Army, my Sledgehammer Club, to come out in full force and help us do just that. If this is your first time checking out this channel, all you have to do to be awesome and become a member of this growing, loving, caring community that is passionate and fired up about the world of pro wrestling and need to have their voices heard. You are more than welcome to be here. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up if you are enjoying this show, and if you get to the end and you forgot to hit the thumbs up right now, you can hit it at the end when you fully enjoy the rest of this review at the end. We got the Monday Night Raw review that's up live. If you missed that one, you can go check that one out. Hit a thumbs up on that one as well, because that's the best way you can support this channel right now. Check out our sponsor down in the link below, Clutch Chairs. Hit that link. Check out some of the cool WWE chairs and shit they got going on over there. Really some cool stuff going on. Hit that link. Check that out at your leisure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join the movement right now because we are taking over this year. Thank you so much for indulging that. I wanted to get that out of the way because sometimes I forget and I get that all the way at the end, and sometimes I know you guys ain't here by the time I stop rambling on in about 41 minutes. So I got that out of the way. I would appreciate it if you took care of all those things. Hit all those little buttons that you need to hit for me right down below. Do it right now. While I'm waiting, I'll wait. Alright, that's enough of that. And let's get this review underway. We talked a little bit about the Tag Team Championship match. It was good for what I saw, and I was much relieved at the fact that the Usos actually did not lose the Tag Team Championships just yet. It allows for some better storytelling, and I was okay with it. It was a good opening match, but it would get a little awkward from there. We would have the Bludgeon Brothers going one-on-one against Breezango. This is happening all because the Ascension got them booked for this rematch. Now, I know Breezango didn't want this rematch. I don't want to go up in the ring against the Bludgeon Brothers myself. I know what they can do. They have been a team for a very long time. And I do not know why the WWE is choosing to ignore the very obvious history between the Bludgeon Brothers. They're acting like they're something new. They're not new. They're the Wyatt family. Let's be real. Just because they're dressed in red and carrying hammers does not make them any different from what they were. They're not more powerful. They're not scarier. They're not more dominating. This is exactly the way they were booked when the Wyatt family debuted initially. They are just Harper and Rowan. Call them the blah blah brothers. Call them the Wyatt family. Call them Jumpin' Jack Jill and Judy Garland. Who gives a shit what you call them? They're the same act. It's not new. So my problem with it only is that I was hoping. I knew automatically Breezango was going to be done within like 30 seconds. That was not the issue. I knew that the Ascension was going to play some sort of a part in this match. And I shouldn't have been surprised, but much to my surprise, the Ascension came out and was just totally manhandled by the Bludgeon Brothers as if they were never even in a wrestling ring before in their life. Like they didn't even know what to do. The Ascension came out, stood there, stared at the Bludgeon Brothers, and then got their asses whooped. Just like Breezango. You're telling me the Ascension, one of the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions ever, can't muster up enough fight to at least gain in a little offense on a team that's been around for such a long time? Like, it's just so... it does such a disservice to such a great team. This is, I thought, a perfect place for the WWE to rebuild the Ascension. opposite a team like the Bludgeon Brothers. Make them seem like they can go toe-to-toe with them. They don't have to win. I understand the agenda, and we are pushing the Bludgeon Brothers. They are probably going to be next in line for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions at some point. But why not let them get some sort of a rub as well? The Ascension were the Bludgeon Brothers just 2 years ago. They just did not do as much with them, and they floundered very quickly, and they ended up sitting in the locker room with everybody else, taping up and dressing up and putting on their face paint, and then having nothing written on the board for them except going to play in the back with Breezango. So I understand the WWE putting them in there to get squashed because they have done nothing to deserve to be featured in that, right? But I just thought this would have been the perfect little turning point for a team like the Ascension to make themselves look like they matter, make themselves look like they mean something more than just being the butt of the jokes for the Fashion Police. But that's not what happened. Everybody just fell prey to the Bludgeon Brothers, and that's it. We're not going to see anything else besides that until they get their shot at a tag team championship run. And the way the Usos have been on fire, they are definitely not a heel team anymore, which kind of annoys me to a point, but they still act and have that heel swagger to them, even though they are getting cheered just as much as the rest of the babyface tag teams on SmackDown Live. But I don't want the Usos to be the ones to go down to the Bludgeon Brothers. I just think that their run has gone so well that it would do more for them to lose to maybe Gable and Benjamin, only for Gable and Benjamin to be destroyed by the Bludgeon Brothers, and then you can have them hold the championships hostage all year, let them beat everybody's ass until maybe you bring up the Authors of Pain from NXT, a viable, powerful, dominant tag team that would be believable in going up against such a monstrous force as the Bludgeon Brothers, or as I might just decide to call them, the Wyatts, because that's what they are. They're the Wyatt family dressed in red. Let's act like that, alright? Let's not act like they're new. Harper, Rowan, same names, new tag team name. BB, Bludgeon Brothers, big deal. Who cares? Same fucking tag team. First round of the United States Championship Tournament continues with a very awkward match, I thought, but it seems to make sense given the storyline over the last few weeks between the New Day and Rusev Day. Happy Rusev Day, and a happy new Rusev year to all of you guys. Xavier Woods going one-on-one against Aiden English, the maestro of Rusev Day, and I did not mind the booking of this match. I thought this would actually be good for Aiden English because he's actually been showing himself to be quite a talent. I know he had the capability because I remember him in the Vaudevillains, an act that most of you people that only watch main roster stuff have no appreciation for because they were a joke on SmackDown Live, but they were awesome in NXT, and I didn't think Aiden English would survive on his own, but this pairing with Rusev has given him new life, and he's been able to showcase his talent in the ring, and I thought Xavier Woods would be a great opponent for him. But we got a comedy-centric match out of these guys. Lots of pancake nonsense going on at the announce desk. Typical New Day fun style match. I don't usually care for that type of a thing. I know that there is a place for it, and the New Day is known for it, so I don't get too worked up about it. I just thought that if it was for something as serious as the United States Championship, we should be taking it a lot more seriously and not have your buddies outside gyrating their hips, humping pancakes. It just takes away from the seriousness of the situation, if you ask me. Rusev, of course, singing to Aiden English on this night in a song that made absolutely no sense, sounded ridiculous, but ended with him saying Happy Rusev Day, and I loved it. I love everything Rusev is doing right now. Shop Zone is sold out of Rusev Day merchandise, so I'm going to have to wait to celebrate Rusev Day in this studio, as I will not be able to get that shirt for quite some time, but it will be on this body, just you wait and seed. But Xavier Woods would go on to defeat Aiden English in this qualifying match, move on to the next round where he will face the modern-day failure, Jinder Mahal, who shouldn't be in this tournament either. But we talked about that last week, and we'll talk about it more as we go on. He was the only other member of this tournament that was featured this night in backstage segments. We didn't get to see Bobby Roode. We didn't get to see anybody else, but they made sure to show us Jinder Mahal and his 2 midgets backstage with him. And now they're going to have the 3 of the New Day and the 3 members of Jinder's stupid little harem there. And that's going to be in the next round of this. I am so not looking forward to seeing Jinder Mahal most likely win this thing. I have a feeling they are going to make him win this thing. They're going to have Bobby Roode and him go to the finals, and Jinder Mahal is going to win. I might be alright with it, but it may be too soon. You know what I mean? It's just been too soon since he's held the championship hostage, and I'm just now getting over it, and I'm just starting to enjoy AJ with it, really, because there's no threat of Jinder getting it back, and I don't know, maybe it's just too soon. You guys, you let me know. Maybe I'm crazy on that one, but I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to the rest of it at this point, but we'll have to see what happens. Maybe they'll throw a little swerve our way, like they did with this woman's segment. Now, I want you guys to please bear with me here and take everything I'm about to say with a pinch of salt, because I don't want you guys to get on my case. You all know, if you are true fans of this show, how much I love and respect and want success for the women's division. SmackDown Live's women's division is a dead zone. It's a fucking dead zone. With the exception of Charlotte, Becky, and Naomi. Now, that being said, who the hell gives a shit about the welcoming committee? Was the welcoming committee even around for more than a week? The only thing I remember about the welcoming committee is that it had James Ellsworth. Who gives a shit? Did they do anything of note? Did he do anything that mattered at all? Absolutely not. Tamina, Natty, and Carmella standing there holding her Money in the Bank briefcase like she's ever going to use it. It's just so forced and so nonsensical that Natalya would even think, well, before there was a riot squad, there was a welcoming committee. Are you out of your mind? The welcoming committee was nothing. The riot squad already is more than the welcoming committee ever was. Why would you use them as some sort of a threat? And as I'm watching these backstage segments unfold with this cringy, forced dialogue, and they gave each of them one line, and they're going down the thing, and they're each delivering their line, and Lana's line was stupid, and Tamina's line was stupid, and Natty was just so natty, and I was just like, get this. Oh, I don't want to see this. It made me not want to see the 3-on-3 match. Another 3-on-3 tag team match. Like, we haven't seen enough of those since these 2 3-woman factions have shown up on the main roster, because that's all we've been getting is 6-woman tag matches, and it's just enough to blow my top. I don't want to see it anymore. I'd much rather you break these groups down and give me 2 decent one-on-one matches. Let these girls grow and blossom, not just stand out there on the outside and have this mishmash, rushed match with everybody involved. Let's get this over with. And we're going to make it even worse because we're going to have the Riot Squad win. Not only are they going to win, they're going to pin the biggest member of the welcoming committee. Right? You had little Liv Morgan go and push Tamina off the top rope as she was getting ready to deliver a Superfly Splash, which allowed Country Nugget Dad Sarah Logan to do whatever the hell she did. I forgot whatever friggin' move she did. Maybe it was just a knee drop. I think it was so uneventful that I don't even remember what she did, and she ends up getting the pin. And then you get Charlotte coming out. You get the Queen coming out. Hello, everyone in Orlando. I am here now, and the Riot Squad is in the ring, and I have someone who wants to have vengeance on you. And then you have Naomi come out, and she's feeling the glow, and it's all great, right? She goes and slides down the ramp, and then runs back up the ramp because it's not time to go down to the ring, which looked kind of stupid, but whatever. We're going to give her a pass on that. She's got to do her entrance shtick, right? Then they announce the return of Straight Fire Becky Lynch. And I'm gonna be honest, at this moment, not because I have a thing for Becky Lynch, because I don't really. She's not one of my favorites. I was happy that she was the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. I was over the moon that she taken to my daughter when we actually met her in person, that she was very taken with my little baby girl, and she was very welcoming to us, and she's a fantastic person, and I'm not against her at all. So that makes what I'm about to say more of a true thing, in that when she made her way to the ring and she kind of took point and started leading Charlotte and Naomi to the ring, I kind of was like, yeah, all right. Okay, I like this. Becky Lynch inserted into this mix just kind of made it feel a little bit more legit. Because now I have 3 legit WWE superstars going up against these 3 green rooks that just need to get their asses beat. And this is a team that just might be able to do that. And they did just that. They hit the ring, they cleared the ring of the Riot Squad, leaving them backtracking their way up the ramp. And I was much happier with the way the segment ended than with the whole previous everything else they did with the women's division prior to that moment. So maybe there is something to it when you have the right pairing of people to go up against it. Look at what's going on Raw with the Crap Solution. Right? Crap Solution, they got nobody really to go up against them because the only person on that roster that has been built up outside of the champion, Alexa Bliss, is Sasha Banks. So she's essentially on an island herself. Mickie James isn't as over as everybody thought she was going to be. I was excited about her coming back, but they killed Mickie James. They killed her momentum. They killed everything about her. She's just a hand to use for the girls. That's it. Bayley, we're not even going to go there. You all know what happened with the Bayley experiment. Big time, child-sized failure. Okay? So Sasha's by herself against Paige and friends. They don't even give a shit about Sasha Banks and all of them. They got their eyes set on Asuka for some reason. She's not even the champion yet, but that's already Paige's target. Little foreshadowing. And you got Alexa Bliss, who's been leading the women's division on Raw. The best thing about the women's division on Raw, who's going to be a victim of all of this. They're going to take the title off of her, put it onto Paige, so that at WrestleMania we can have Asuka versus Paige. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, as DDP would say. But why sacrifice Alexa Bliss that way? I don't see how it's going to make sense. Paige is clearly a heel. Alexa's a heel. How are they going to transition that? What the hell is going to happen? I don't know. The women's division on both shows is a mess. But more of a mess on SmackDown Live. But as I said tonight, the women's segment, the way it ended, I was a little bit more intrigued. I'm not excited about it. I'm not sitting here saying that Becky Lynch turned the tide and made this the greatest thing ever. Just made it a lot more interesting the way she hit the ring and took care of business. She's just a very rough, tough girl. She seems like she would fit right in with the Riot Squad. So being against them, it's almost like they have a more formidable opponent in Becky Lynch. Somebody that could bring the street, not just the wrestling. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I thought about the whole thing. And now finally, we get to the phenomenal one. AJ Styles going to have his matchup tonight against Sami Zayn. We talked a little bit about it at the beginning of this show, but the whole story here was not about this match. It's not about how good this match was or how great it could be if there was nobody on the outside of this ring. The outside, not interference, but the presence outside of these three men took away from this match 110%. Every time I was starting to get invested in the match, they would cut to to Kevin Owens shouting at Sami Zayn on the outside. Daniel Bryan just standing there. Shane McMahon just standing there. Why were we focusing on these people outside that are doing nothing? And the action's happening inside the ring. Then we go to commercial and we come back. We see a little bit of action between AJ and Sami. And then we start looking back at the people outside. Everybody's getting involved here and there. It made what could have been a great main event just a good main event. The intrigue level when this thing was over is at its all-time high, and that's why this gets a pass for me. I'm not saying it was the greatest. It was good, but it leaves so many more questions than it reveals answers, and sometimes, like I said earlier, that's a good thing, because it's going to make us come back and find out what the hell is going on with Daniel Bryan and why by the time this match was over, due to Kevin Owens' interference again, AJ Styles had Sami Zayn pinned. But the referee was thrown to the outside, seemingly tweaked his leg, and Kevin Owens was asking him, "Are you alright? Are you alright?" But he's a smart guy. He knows what he was doing. It was all preemptive. It was all a plan, because he knew the pinfall was taking place, and he was stopping the referee from getting back into the ring. Shane McMahon would come over and get involved and push Kevin Owens down. Now explain to me why that's okay. This is the man who's running the company. Kevin Owens put his hands on nobody. Kevin Owens did nothing really wrong. He was asking the referee if he was okay, so he's got that to hide behind. I was just checking on the well-being of a WWE official, making sure he was able to do his job. You come out of nowhere, and when the ref gets back in the ring, shoved me to the ground. That's not professional behavior becoming of a commissioner of the brand of this show. How is that okay? Shane McMahon then calls for the referee to ban Kevin Owens from ringside, which prompts Daniel Bryan to come over and be like, "Well, Shane-O, if you want Kevin Owens gone, then why don't you just hit the bricks too, pal?" Which causes, like, this weird facial exchange between the two of them. They're, like, jockeying for control, I guess. I don't know what this power struggle is going on here. Daniel Bryan's acting like a dick. Shane McMahon's trying to act like an angel. And then Kevin Owens interferes still on his way out. Enough for Sami Zayn to connect with AJ and hit a haluva kick and pin the champion for the second week in a row. We all know, like I said last night in the case of Alexa Bliss, how much I hate my champions being pinned by their contenders. But when you weave in this story and the cheating element, you have to wait and see. You can't jump on it and hate on this match and on the way it ended. It actually was a very brilliant way to end this match. I don't like the involvement of all the people on the outside. I would have much rather have seen AJ Styles come out and win in a competitive and probably would have been fantastic match between Sami Zayn and himself, and further the story that way. Like maybe Kevin Owens got the win last week, AJ gets the win this week. We still got 2 more weeks to build before Raw 25 and then the Royal Rumble. So I don't know where they're going to go with this whole thing. Especially when Daniel Bryan wants to tell everybody, well, due to all of this, since AJ Styles finally had enough, which was another good part of this whole thing. AJ Styles at the end of this thing was like, "Hey man, this is some bullshit. You guys are fighting like kids. It's messing with my career. I'm the champion, damn it. I need some respect. Why don't you just have me fight these guys at the same time? Why don't you just make it a handicap match?" I think he was just being facetious. I think he was messing around. He wasn't being serious. But Daniel Bryan's like, "Hey, that's a great idea. That's it. That's what we're going to do at the Royal Rumble. Handicap match for the World Heavyweight Championship. How is that going to work? I don't know. I don't expect AJ Styles to lose anyway, so that's how that's going to work, and the semantics of the match doesn't matter. AJ Styles is going to end up winning somehow, some way, even if it's going to have to do with Shane McMahon getting involved or Daniel Bryan's involvement, one way or another. AJ's walking out of there as a champ. They're leading the road to WrestleMania with him on the blue side of the field, and I just don't get it. I fail to understand the motivation behind it even. This is Daniel Bryan. You're not going to turn him heel, are you? Will it work? Possibly. But I think the fans are going to go wherever Daniel Bryan goes. But you could clearly see at the end of this show how confused Orlando kind of was. Because we're so predisposed and trained in our mind, especially when we're in a live event, that when the yes starts, you just go with it. You know, it's just like it's a preconceived notion. It's like a tick in you as a wrestling fan when you hear somebody doing yes, whether you're at a baseball game, a rock and roll concert, or a wrestling event, or if you're sitting at home on your couch and it starts happening at the arena and you and your wife and your daughter are sitting on your couch and you're doing friggin' yes. Because it's just a part of you. But you could see in the crowd that they were kind of not behind Daniel's announcement because everybody loves AJ Styles. They didn't like what Daniel Bryan just said, but yet they were still like, yes, yes, I think, yes. So apparently Orlando was just as confused as I am, and I am very intrigued at the situation. And I'm looking forward to see where this road ends up. It's going to be a weird one. It's already starting off very weird. But like we said, SmackDown Live, obviously, much better than last night's Raw. And I don't know, you guys. I struggle to find reasons to be excited. And I think until we get to the Royal Rumble, I'm not going to get that excited about anything. I want to see AJ versus Shinsuke at WrestleMania. That's what I want the most out of everything the WWE can do this year. Possibly Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle. If they can get both of those matches together on the card by the time we get to New Orleans, it just might save WrestleMania from the inevitable Roman and Brock clash and this rumored John Cena Undertaker match that everybody's been buzzing about, that the Undertaker's going to come back in a few weeks and it's going to lead him down a road to his real final WrestleMania one last ride versus somebody that you just can't see and somebody I don't want to see fight the Undertaker again. And the best thing they could do if they actually do that is have the Undertaker win. Because everybody's going to expect him to lose now. Especially that it's in New Orleans, the site of his biggest loss at WrestleMania. His first loss at WrestleMania. And what good would come of John Cena, somebody who's walking out on the company already, on his way out the door? What good would it do for him to beat the Undertaker? Let the Undertaker get a win back at WrestleMania, reestablish his legacy, walk away into the sunset with his head held high, if that's what you're going to do. I still maintain that they should not make him come back as the dead man, but make him come back as the American Badass. Let the dead man story be done with Roman Reigns and his last hurrah be closer to who he is in reality. And we've all seen it before. It was an enjoyable thing. It's something I think people could get behind again. You got Kid Rock supposedly coming back to go into the Hall of Fame, so you can get the theme song again. The moon and the stars almost seemed aligned in perfect harmony to get that kind of a thing done. But we're going to have to wait and see. I'm rambling on right now, and that is going to be the end of it for tonight. We got so much more coming at you guys this weekend. We are collecting the news as we speak. This way we can get together some weekend wrestling updates for you. We got some more special stuff in the works. We're trying to pump out as much as we can, as hard as we can, to keep you guys entertained and to keep your eyeballs right here on Sledgehammer TV. Thank you guys so much for checking us out once again tonight. Please, once again, do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you are new around these parts, and if you enjoyed the show and you are still here as we just hit 40 minutes, you're still here, you loved it. So hit that button. Hit it right now. Kaboom! That's all you got to do. Subscribe, ring the bell, hit that like button, share this video with everybody you know that loves pro wrestling. Get them on board. Let's get this channel to 500 subscribers before WrestleMania weekend, and then we could move our goal up for the end of the year. Hopefully maybe 750, maybe hit that 1K, huh? Let's get to it. All I need is you guys. Please don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. My name is Nick Nightmare. This, as always, is my best friend, my little buddy, and the World Heavyweight Champion of microphones, Blue the Snowball. Thank you much for checking out the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV, only on YouTube.com. You guys kick ass. I love you so much, and I will see you later this week with all the news, rumors, and highlights in the world of sports entertainment, and I will see you there next time. Peace.